Right. Yeah. Jesus. Ow! Jesus. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Kelly the Mule. My very first YouTube videos featured this guitar, me putting this together. And you know what? I still haven't finished it, so we're doing it. I've been putting this off because I've been wanting to do like setup videos and whatnot, but you know, there's millions of those. And people like to complain about the way people do things in those videos, so I just kept going, I'm not doing it. But you know what? There's no point having this thing hanging on the shelf and, you know, hanging on the wall, wondering what the hell I'm going to do with it. I want to play this thing, so I'm going to show you how I do it. This is how I set up a guitar. So, Kelly the Mule. Quick rundown. This is a parts caster. It's actually a Korean Squier. Neck and body from two different Korean Squiers. And every single part on this guitar, other than sets of things, like say for instance the pickups came from one guitar, the tuners come from another, every single thing was from another guitar. These were just bits I had laying around, and I had a good neck and a good body. This had a neck on it as well, which was not as good as this. Still a great neck, but not as good as this one. So that's sort of where I got the idea from. And the Mule was just a project name, and the reason I chose Kelly is because the girl I bought it from, I'm not going to be able to see it, scratched her name in the back, and her name is Kelly. Anyway, I'm rambling on, aren't I? Let's do it. Going back to the parts, the only new things I put on it were, this is just a quick rundown of where we were at. I put brass saddles on it, new pick guard, new tip. That is it. Every single part used to belong to another guitar. Let's do it. So, one of the most important parts about a guitar setup is personal taste. How you like it. How you like it. There's no right and wrong, really. It just depends how you like it. How you like the nut, how much bow or relief you like in the neck, string height, how far the pickups are up and down, how high they are. That's all depends on how you like it, how it feels to you. So, I mean, that's something that I often ask when I set guitars up for people. You know, I've got a guy who likes his string height way up there, and it feels horrible to me, but that's just the way he likes it because he's got gigantic hands. So, yeah, I'm going to put a little salt icon on the screen. So when I'm showing you how I set something up, that little icon means salt to taste. That's how you like it. It's up to you. I'll give you a baseline. You go up or down from there, left or right, round the pub, round the block, down the pub, ring your mum. Let's look at some tools. Alright, so setting up a Strat, I this is just the basics really. So screwdrivers, a couple of sizes, one for doing like your trem claws and then one for everything else. Use the right sizes, no making do with something too big, too small. Never strip the head of a screw out. Pain in the bum if you do. Allen keys, truss rod, string height, truss rod, perfect size every time, no exceptions. Same with that. I use these now for the, I just think this is really cool. It's just like an Allen key on a screwdriver, so I can do it like that instead of using that. That's just something I like, but you don't really know. What else? Cut the strings. No kidding, everyone knows that one. String height gauge. Pickup height tool that I made. Yeah, some feeler gauges. I know you can do this by sight, and a lot of guys do, but I'm a numbers tools guy. I like to know exactly where things are sitting. I like tools. I like having them, and I like using them. So yeah, a couple of different ones. One for the nut height, one for doing the relief. That's just a 13. That's the wrong one. I don't. Anyway, string winders just to make it easier. Even easier again. I've got this one now. That's pretty rad. You can get these for a couple of bucks. This is a pretty good one. It's an Ernie Paul one, but they're so cheap. You can get these really, really cheap. There's a couple of other little things that I might use here and there, but that's just the basic. That's the basic of what I use. So yeah, if I use anything else, I'll talk about it through other parts of the vid. Chomp chomp. Take the strings off. Sometimes sometimes these don't like to come out very well. So I've got like a little piece of string here, and I just poke it down in the hole like that. And there you go. Like that. Just do it for all of them. Sometimes they just come out easy, or if you didn't cut them off so short like I did, you can just poke them through. But just a little handy trick. Yeah. Take the opportunity to give everything a good clean. Dust off. I use different brushes. This is a stencil brush, but it's nice and stiff so I can get down in there. Dust likes to sit all in there. Get it all out. Nice soft one for whatever other bits and pieces. Duster, you know, that helps. I just use this. I've used a few different ones. I like this one. I really like this one as well. Both are fine. Both are fine. I like them both. I always squirt onto the rag, and then just if you just squirt like this, it goes everywhere. At least you can just put it on the rag and just go where you want. You've got wet stuff going into bits where you don't want wet stuff to go. So yeah, give it a clean. Give it a clean. Neck. Rosewood neck. Hang on. Fretboards. Rosewood fretboards. I call it Gatorade. So it hydrates the neck. I've got this one, and I've got lemon oil. Dark woods, lighter woods. Doesn't really matter, but I just like to do that. I like to use this one on the dark woods, lemon oil on the lighter ones. Nothing on maple necks. Neither, just clean it. Just clean it, even just with that. Just give it a clean. Yeah. This one's alright, because I've done it before, haven't I? So if the neck's particularly gunky, light a fluid, scrub. Give it a scrub, even with a nail brush. One of these, sorry. Something like that. Bit of lighter fluid, get right up against those frets, get in there. All the way along. Do that before you do that, if it's really gunky. So yeah, lighter fluid. Some of those will do it as well, honestly, but I don't like wasting that on that if it's really gunky. Yeah, do that. Lovely. On a rare occasion I'll use this upon request. I did it on here and it's just beautiful. Look how dark that is. It's got that really vintage look. I mean, this is a 92. This is a early 90s Korean Squier. So the rosewood was quite dark anyway, but just with that Monty espresso, mate, bloody good stuff. Bloody good stuff. Not an essential part of the job, but another opportunity while the strings are off is to give the frets a polish. Like I said, you don't have to. It's just up to you whether you want to do it or not. It feels good, looks great. I use these now. I used to use wet and dry sandpaper and various grits, work my way up, getting finer and finer as you go. These are great, fantastic, well worth the money. Start with the low numbers, work your way up to the higher ones, get smoother and smoother. They're like sandpaper in rubber form. Like, it's, mate, game changer. Then I polish with a machine on low speed, using these. I've got bags of them. I'll use one or two per guitar. Bzzz, like a mirror. Beautiful, looks fantastic. Whiz over here. That's one I've just done. Look at that shine. I don't know. We'll probably cut that bit out. Put some strings on it. So use whatever you like. Do whatever flavour is yours. So I keep mainly 9s and 10s here for people in the art areas, and I usually have them in the Ernie balls as well, but I'm out of those. I even keep some cheapy ones because not everyone's got millions of dollars. And bang them on. Feed them through the holes. I don't need to show you how I do that bit because it's boring and it's easy. Alright. Strings are on. I'm going to go on with 9s for this one. Make all these things, I like this, make these things straight-ish. Kind of not straight-ish, but whatever. Right. Here we go. This is one of them things. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Poke him in the hole. Kink him over. I've left this bloody thing sitting over there, haven't I? Beauty. See the wines? That's probably... There you go. Nice. Righto. There we go. Nice wines on there. The vintage tuners. If they're the regular ones with the hole in it, I like, on the plain ones, I like to put them through, put one wind on the top and then the rest around the bottom. It's just a thing I like. Just do it the way you like it, as long as they don't slip and move around. If you like that luthier's knot thing, do that. I don't care. I don't care. Just do it. Just do it neatly. And so that it doesn't slip out of tune or anything like that. So, oh yeah. Looks like heaven, sounds like hell. There you go, strings are on. So, before I tune him up, and I could have done this with the strings off. I probably should have. But, see that little gap there? We've got to get rid of that by tightening this up. So we, see that? Let's focus. So he flattens out, and I'll just stop as soon as he's dead flat on this one here. And then on the other side, on the other E string, we do the same. But let's focus. When I tighten him, see how it starts to lift up. We want him to sit right just before it lifts, and then with the rest of them you just tighten them up a little bit. Focus. Oh, painful to film, but there you go. So yeah, tighten them outside ones up until it sits flat, and then just tighten him. This is a cheapy bridge. You can do it on either side normally, but it's sitting wonky for some reason. So yeah, and just tighten up either of those until it just starts to lift up, and then just back it off a bit, and that's where you want it to sit. Well, that's where, yeah. I thought I might just quickly show you how I do this bit, because there's 3 ways of doing these bridges on these strats. So using that first step, by screwing those down, it gives you, see how you can do that? So if you screw the trem claw in, so that under string tension it still sits flat against the body like it is, and you can still do that, that's called synchronous. The other thing you can do is, same thing, screw them bad boys in, those 2 trem claws, screw that in, and then all of these screwed right down as far as you can, and that decks it out so that this will not budge, and it's like a fixed bridge. But what I want to do with this one is set it up so that it's floating. So under string tension, this bridge will actually be sitting about there, so that when it's in tune we can dip or we can bend up like Stevie style. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what I want to do to this one, on this cheapy bridge. Let's hope it works. Let's fix that. Well, that's a bit of a bloody joker, isn't it? I was going to show you how I use these trem blocks that go in the back like that, so that you can get the right distance from the body to the bottom of the bridge here, but it's it's nearly right on it. So yeah, alright, I've messed with it. Now we can do it. So these got like, this is like a wedge with grooves in it, and we do that, wiggle him around, but I'll just pull it up so I can sit him in. And we just find the groove that best gives us that angle or that measurement that we want, like that. I'll tune him up just quickly. Cool. Yeah, that looks good. And then he's jammed. All you have to do is screw them in tiny bits at a time. Yeah, that'll do. Till it falls out. And then perfect. Hey. A little bit out, but that's pretty good. There we go. So let's do it. Let's set the relief on this. Righto, this is editing Dan. In this part of the video I started going on a rant about whether doing neck relief or truss rod adjustments is something that you should do yourself. And I get a little bit worked up and cranky about stuff in this bit, so I cut it out because I don't like it. I don't like being cranky. So should you? Yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't learn how to do this yourself. If you just started out or you're learning and stuff, then yeah, okay. But if you've got a basic understanding how a screw works, how a bolt works and whatnot, there's no reason why you can't do this. It is very simple. It's very simple. I don't like this whole, ooh, don't touch the truss rod thing. You see it on the Facebook pages and all that stuff. Just take it to a shop. No. If you've got a couple of these and you've established yourself as a player and you're serious about this, or if you're not comfortable, or if you're, you've got someone who can do it or you can afford to do it, then that's fine. But this is such a simple adjustment. Two words of advice. Allen key has to be absolutely perfect. Put it in and then lefty loosey, righty tighty. So go loose first, so you've got an idea of where it's sitting. Crack, it'll make noises. It'll crack, make noises either way anyway, if it's been sitting around for a while. Don't force it. If it's really, really stiff, yeah, okay, then maybe take it to a shop. But come on, can we stop with that whole don't touch these things unless you know what you're doing? I mean, that goes with a lot of things in life, doesn't it? So, all right, I'm interrupting my interruption because just a little point with whether you should do this or not. When you buy a new guitar, you get given these. You get this little kit in most things. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yeah, this guy here, he's Dan's got a video on the StewMat YouTube channel that explains a lot of what I'm trying to say here. And yeah, like it's a bit silly being scared of this. It's an adjustment that you really need to learn how to do if you're a guitar player and have a few of these kicking around. So yeah, let's do that. Let's stop making it so scary for people. Learn by doing. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. Right, back to the regular program. Just, common sense. Common sense. Capo on the first fret. Then we go 7/8. And then we go 7th fret. Oh god, that's close. I'm gonna tighten it a bit. I'm gonna flatten that out a little. Squier 4mm. Fits absolutely perfectly. I wonder if I can find you a spot up here. Hey? Maybe even closer. It's alright, I can move. There we go. Righty tighty. So we just want to go this way. That's that crack. You can have that going the other way too. You know what? Maybe a tad more. But I'm going to leave it there. And let's try that. Come back down here. It's a little bit awkward because I obviously don't normally do it like this. Right there. Can you hear that? When you can hear that noise and it's not moving the string. I love that. This is going all too well, this thing. I got good vibes off this guitar too. Good vibes. Good vibes. There you go. 12,000. I'm going to leave it at that for now and see what happens. Time for a little bit of action. String height. Like I said, I use these now. I just like how easy it is. Measuring tool. And 4/64s on the 17th fret. So every single one of them except the high E needs to come up. Simple as that. And I have to make sure that when you look down this way that the saddle is flat, not sloped left or right like that. It's dead flat. At the right height, but dead flat. And then this is sweet. So you just go work your way down and adjust those until everything's sitting in the right spot. Another one of them things, as high or as low as you like. Add salt to taste. I don't know if this is going to work, but can you see how they have to curve over and follow the curve of the neck? See at the end there? If I hold it at the right angle, bugger. If I hold it at the right angle, you can see that a neck has a curvature in it, and you need and you measure it at 464 on each individual one, and it'll copy that curve. So everything feels good. Some people like those. I've got some of them too, but I don't know. I still like doing it like this. Do I do a good job? It looks better in real life than on camera. Anyway, there we go. Action. Tuna fish. I filmed this bit like 5 times, and I'm still really bad at explaining what I'm doing here. Intonation. This is worth learning as well. I've done it, but let me just explain it anyway. The distance from the nut to the 12th fret should be the same from the 12th fret to here, but guitars are weird, so your saddles actually slide backwards and forwards. So what you got to do is make your 12th fretted note the same as the 12th harmonic note, and get it as close as possible as you can on there. Perfect intonation is, or is it not, a myth? Make sure everything's in tune. Twelve. It's pretty good. I'm just rushing through. But anyway, if the 12th fret compared to the harmonic one on the same string is sharp, then you have to make this distance longer by pulling this back, or the other way around. If it's flat, then make this shorter. I'm not explaining this very well. Maybe this is why people hate doing intonation. I can do it, I can't explain it. But it's worth learning, especially if you're in a band and do all your instruments together on the same tuner. There we go, that's what them screws are for. You can screw them backwards and forwards, and it makes these move up and down. Look at that thing. Yeah, it's not difficult, I'm just crap at explaining it, and it's good. It's good. It's a part of tuning your guitar, really, so give it a go. Have a go at it. Just plug your tuner in, and even if you don't want to play around with any of those, just plug your guitar into a tuner and just have a crack at that and see where it's sitting, just so you know. Yeah. Let's talk about nuts. You want to talk about nuts? Where did I put the gauge from when we were talking about it at the start? I'm always losing things. If you've ever watched any of my other videos, you know that. Righto, so I like to measure from the top of the string to from the top of the fret to the bottom of the string at 20 thou. And this is perfect. So I think I know the guy I bought the guitar off that this neck came off was a bit of a twanger, a bit of a tack himself, so it's perfect, to be quite honest. What happens if it's not? If it's too low, take it out, put a new one in. No doubt about it. This whole super glue and baking soda, piss off. Put a new nut in. This is one of those things. This is an investment. One of the best investments I've made. So I've got these nut files, Hosco, Japanese company called Hosco nut files, and let me show you, because this was a game changer for me. So each individual file is the exact width or thickness as a string. They're set specific. So let's say, for instance, this is for doing 10 gauge strings, 10, 13, 16, 28, 36, 46, so that you can cut that slot to the depth and the width exact. Here he is. Anyway, I'll just show you this quickly. So they just go in there like a magnet, and then you put it in the slot, and you just to the correct depth using these, which I'll show you in another video. Groove bars. So these go under there like that. That's not the right one. Neither is that. Anyway, they go under there. Let's just put one in. They go under there, and then you cut down until you hit that bar, and then you know that you're at the right depth. And when you're at the right depth, you know, because when you put your 20 thou under there, it's absolutely perfect, which it is on this. Well done, whatever your name was, can't remember. Let's do the pickup heights. Yickety yups, the pickety yups. This thing is 1/8 of an inch on this end, and I think, was it 532 on there? That's skinnier. The fat end is for doing this side. Flip it over. Skinny end is for doing this side. So I put my finger there on the very last fret and put that under there, and it needs to just fit under, which it does. That's a little bit high, that's a little bit high, that one's fine. So we lower them down a tad, like that. Beauty. Other side. Needs to go up. Needs to go up. Needs to go up. When you go the right way. Let's try that. Good. Good. A little bit more. Probably too much. There we go. Now, that just gives you like a medium ground. Then you can plug it in and actually switch between each one and just listen. Make sure everything sounds like it's at the same volume, and you can actually change that by moving them up and down just to balance each individual pickup out. Another trick I once saw was using one of these and actually feeling where it starts to pull. And I feel like there's a little bit of truth to that. Just setting it in that sort of where you can kind of feel if you have it up high there's nothing there, and then as you get lower it, I don't know, I kind of felt like there's a little bit of truth to that. But I mean, this is very, very much personal taste. This is very much personal taste, because the difference in sound you can get from having this higher and lower is pretty crazy. So it's up to you. Do it as that just sets everything at a level and gives you somewhere to start from, or somewhere for me to start from. Yeah, love it. That's almost pretty much it, to be quite honest. The last thing I do when I am messing around with anyone else's guitar, fixing it up for them, I check all the fittings, everything, make sure everything's not loose. Those sealed tuners that have the screw in the top, make sure these aren't wobbly. You know, tighten them up a little bit, not too much because it gets quite stiff. Just little things like that. All those little things make a big difference. So, how good's this? How good is that? I was never really into red guitars, but this looks better on film than what it does in real life. Trust me, because this is like, I think it started out as Torino red and has faded, and it's got a real orangey look to it, but on film it comes up really bright. Or on video it comes up really bright. Actually, that is closer to what it originally looked like. You can see it under there too. If I find the photos, I'll put some photos up. Actually, I might do that. This next little bit will be just some stills of putting this together, because this was one of my early Vault 35 projects. I've always done things, you know, mucking around on guitar and stuff, but for years. But when I decided to start doing this Vault 35 for myself and people in my little tiny town a million miles away from everywhere else, this is one of my first projects. I'll put some pics up. Kelly, let's rock and roll. doodling. Needs better pickups. These were mystery pickups and they're a bit rubbish. I don't know what the hell these were, but and we keep going out of tune. Righto, well guess what? It's finished. She's done. Plays an absolute treat. I really quite like playing it actually. Sounds like rubbish and keeps going out of tune. Strings are only a day old though. This is the next day. Well, you know what? I've got a few other plans. You think this is over? Now that I've got mayonnaise in my beard? I don't know where I put them, but I've got some US pickups, US Fender pickups that can go in here, I've decided. And also I am selling one of my other strats, and I'm taking the Kluson Supreme tuners off it, and I'm going to put them on here as well. So it'll still be a Bitzer because the pickups are second hand, and well, the Klusons are off another guitar. That will cheat a bit and call that second hand because I've already been on another guitar even though they were brand new. But I mean, look, not bad for a bunch of parts laying around, and I made a guitar out of them. And I've got another box of parts there, enough to build another one, and it's a Strat, but I'm not going to worry about that for a long time. That can be something I might just give it away. So anyway, there you go. Plays good, sounds rubbish. It's taken me a long time to do this, but yeah, there you go. Kelly the Mule, technically finished, but we'll upgrade. We'll do that. We'll do those. Bridge too is the other thing. Now that this is finished, I want to put a decent bridge on it too, actually. I've decided. How good. I made this out of bits laying around. This has been a really long video, so if you've made it this far, it's just me watching it back again. No. Yeah, nah, cheers. Don't know this has been a big one, but I'm putting this out on Easter. So happy Easter, everyone. I'm spending the day with my girls, my two daughters. A couple of beers at my mum and dad's. Lovely. I really appreciate you watching. If you put the time aside to have a look at this, even if you skipped all the way through. You know what I never do? Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I don't care. You do you. You're you. You're your own you. You do what you like. Don't let me tell you anything. Same as all this. If there's a way of doing something on here that I did in this video that you like doing, just do it. It's great. Let me know how you do it. That'll be good. There's millions of ways of doing different things on one of these bloody things. I'm rambling. I'm going to have this. And chill out for a little bit. I've got some other goodies to start here, so get them out of the way. Some absolute sweetheart guitars, gems, beauties. Appreciate it. Catch ya.